gosh, it's a product on Tech Addicts. Isn't it amazing? This is the KZZI K68 Pro mechanical keyboard. This was sent over very kindly by their PR for me to take a look at, because I've been talking on the podcast for quite some time about getting myself a wee mechanical keyboard, and this appears to be something that's very much worthwhile. It's currently on Amazon at the moment in the ELMWAY store, and it costs around about £80, but at this time, at the time of you're watching this hopefully, it'll be about £67. And there are two different versions. There's one with a blue sea type idea. I don't know which one this is yet. And then there's a brownie type one as well with a title that I can't quite remember, but it's not brown. In an effort to keep things speedy, I'm just going to race through this. Okay. So it says on here, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Great. Well, that's because people type those sorts of things. There's a bit of maybe Chinese daubings or something there, and the quick brown fox, and then some information. Ah, okay. This is the blue sea one. Grand. Okay, RGB backlight, hot swappable, mechanical moment linear switch. Okay. We have instructions with a 12 months or 1 year warranty. Okay, various different alright, open platforms and languages. Okay, so Mac, Windows, F keys and all that kind of stuff, special function keys, because there's a bit of a gimmick to this. There's a bit of an idea that they deploy in this. There it is. So you can turn that round, screenshot or whatever you need if you need to see these in the future. That makes this a wee bit more spectacular than your average gaming keyboard. Okay, it's nicely presented in here. There's a plastic shield so your keys don't get damaged in transit, with a cutout on the back. There's the keyboard there. And we get a few internals of the keys. Obviously these are the I can't remember what you call them, like micro switchy type things that go inside, so you can replace them if necessary. And there's 4 in there if you lose them or they break or something like that. We have a USB Type-C cable with an adapter on the top, so you can plug it in if you've got a USB Type-C on your computer. You don't have to worry about that, and it's attached so you're not going to lose it. Nice thinking there, KZZI. And a wee Velcro strap as well to eliminate cable dangliness to inhibit cable management. And then we have a fork for taking off the keycaps. Very nice if you need to do a bit of switching around. Ooh. All right, that's lovely. It is the blue sea one. Okay, so we have some purple. Oh, do you hear that? Oh, that sounds lovely. We got some purple buttons here and blue buttons, and it just sounds so nice. How spectacular does that sound? That sounds lovely. So the gimmicky thing that I referred to earlier is this. We have an off switch, and then we can turn it here for 2. Oh, right, okay. Well, there's some power in it, and it's got RGB backlighting. So we can turn it to there, and that does our 2.4 gigahertz. We can go to here, and that'll be device number 1, 2, or 3. So you can switch between devices by using this up here. I don't know how this is going to turn out being a rotary knob. It might be better just to have a button that switches between them, but it's a nice idea to throw in something like this. It's just a wee bit different to everything else that's on the market. My current one from Logitech has a button that you switch between them. And then we have some extra functions here. We've got a caps lock, number lock, and charging, I'm guessing. So as you can see on the undersides of the keys, we have extra rows of information. We've got the function button and music functions as well. We've got our Windows button here, got KZZI logo there. That must be to allow us to increase and decrease the brightness. On the underside, we have storage for the USB. So if you're taking this with you, because it's small enough that you can throw it in your bag and take it on holiday if you need a portable keyboard. We have information here, the serial number, input 1200 milliamp bar, 5 volts, and we have some legs, standy things, to allow the keyboard to adjust through 3 different positions. Right now it's sitting at that and it feels quite good. It does. I'll take a bit of a tour around the side. There we go, there's a blue bit here that leads round to the USB Type-C for the computer connection, and then there's a USB Type-C pass-through as well, so you don't lose that all-important USB Type-C you have on the back of your computer if you only have one, or you're maybe using this with a laptop or tablet or something. And then on this side, nothing. So it has a reflective surface to it, so it is quite nice. The edges are kind of that silvery plastic that you might expect. And I would say that's probably the lowest quality thing on the keyboard, but it's not inherently bad for the whole device. It works quite well, it looks quite nice. It really is a solid piece of hardware. You can hear here, it's nicely weighted as well. It's not going to slide across the desk because it's got a good big battery inside of it. And also the plastic is not cheap plastic, it's good quality hard plastic, so it'll take a few knocks. It's a very quality piece of kit actually, and yeah, I think it's quite lovely actually. I'm going to look forward to having a go on this. In fact, let's do that right now. So inside the KZZI is a 2000 milliamp hour battery, and that seems adequate for most keyboard uses. There are 67 moment linear switches that have pre-lubed switches from the factory. The RGB lighting is more of a background for the keyboard. However, there are a lot of different choices to play with for lighting options, and you should be able to find a pattern quite easily that suits your needs. You can fiddle around with some of the combinations, but you can see here that once the cap is off the key, the LED is under the switch, allowing for a more natural appearance to the colorant. The knob that allows you to flick between the wired and wireless connections is pretty handy. It's undoubtedly the least quality thing on the keyboard, and at that it's still a high quality knob. It's useful to be able to switch between the 2.5 gigahertz connection and the 3 Bluetooth connections. Not forgetting the wired connection on the back, you can hook this up to 4 different devices. So all in, this is a lovely little keyboard, but there is an additional extra that isn't an essential add-on, but I would fully recommend it. The numpad that comes here as well is very useful for so many of those people who need to have a full-size keyboard, but maybe don't want to have to use all of it all the time. It does occupy another USB if you want to use it wirelessly, and charges itself with a USB-C round the back. It has a dedicated volume knob, which some people might scream should be on the original keyboard, but it's here on this extra island, and you have to click this button in order to mute your audio. I guess it's one way to ensure that you buy both. I'll level with you, I'm a bit blown away by this. I love how this sounds when gaming, when just generally typing. I'm really enjoying the sounds that are being made by this keyboard as each key is pressed. Going out and purchasing the numpad myself to add to the keyboard that was provided by ELMWAY, I feel like I've got a really good combination here, and whilst I don't use it mainly as my main keyboard, this is now my gaming keyboard, and I find it a very comfortable, a good looking, and a well priced option for anyone who's interested in picking up something like this. I'd hardly recommend it, and whilst it's not perfect, it's pretty darn close. So let me know if you have any thoughts in the comments box down below. Give us a wee thumbs up if you fancy, and take care.